Cam Reddin, and this is your homecoming on 2SSR FM.
One of those many stories we are following this afternoon is the story that I brought to you a couple of weeks ago. We've mentioned a few times since, is the story of the Sylvania Bakery. Now, this is the Box Road Villiage Bakery. We previously believed there were 150 people that reported some sort of food poisoning. Salmonella was blamed. That number has now risen to 180 cases of food poisoning. What the shocking thing is that this bakery is going to be reopening its doors tomorrow. Murray Trembath is a reporter with The Leader. He spoke to the owner earlier today. Murray, thanks for your time.
No worries, Cameron.
How is the owner taking all this scrutiny, all the questions being asked? What sort of message did you get from him?
Well, they're pretty apprehensive about what sort of reaction they're going to get. They have apologised, as you know, immediately after the thing. They put a handwritten note up on the window saying they were sorry, and then a more formal apology, which appeared to be drafted by somebody, professional people. But they've been at work today in the bakery preparing for tomorrow. But they're worried about the reaction they're going to get. They just don't know. But from the comments on the Leader Facebook page, a lot of people are very supportive and say that they've been in business for a long time. They haven't been found wanting previously. They haven't come under official scrutiny or been any offences.
I guess that's what makes it even more surprising. That they were there for so long, a business of many years, and no problems before, and all of a sudden you go in and see something like this. 180 people, as I've mentioned on the show before, is no small catchment. There has to be something wrong there. Is this the end of it, maybe?
Well, no, it's not the end of it, because even though they're reopening, there's still no official word on what caused the salmonella poisoning.
Right.
Because the bakery owner says, to use his words, it's a mystery. He reckons that the New South Wales Food Authority tested the chicken, the ham, the pork, and found nothing in that. And he's saying it could have been the vegetables, maybe the lettuce. And of course, this came just a bit before the lettuce problems that Woolworths had. There may be something in that, but the Food Authority is being very guarded. When pressed on this, they say they can't comment any further because it's been a serious case. It's likely it'll end up in court proceedings, and they don't want to say anything that might affect those court proceedings. At least that's their official line. I mean, maybe they just don't know themselves, but there doesn't appear to be any black or white reason for what happened. Even though it was a very serious outbreak, it's not unusual for a business to be eventually cleared and allowed to reopen. This has happened in the past. The Food Authority doesn't like to sort of totally ruin a business.
No, of course not.
That'll be determined by market forces, probably, whether people will go back there or not. But it's not fully surprising. I suppose what is surprising is we still don't know for sure what caused it.
I guess that's just a reality of dealing with cases like this, particularly when it's such an isolated incident, when a business like this has had such a clean slate for a long time. Is it possible that maybe, and this is just throwing the idea out there, that maybe it was just a one-off incident that possibly the Food Authority would not be able to track down exactly what was there or what the problem was at the time to such an extent that any action could be taken? Maybe it is just in the ether of the unknown. Yes, well, that is possible. I suppose we'll just have to wait and watch to see whether they do take any action against the bakery. It's surprising they haven't announced anything at this stage, but they might be. These things have to go through the lawyers. I'm sure there's a Food Authority DPP who weighs up the evidence that's been collected and says, yes, you've got a case we can take to court, or no, there's not enough. So where to go from here? Maybe they've found other things in the shop that were wanting, that were unhygienic practices or
and whether they might be looking at taking action on that, even if they can't exactly prove where the salmonella poisoning came from.
Quite possibly. We're almost 7 weeks now since the bakery was first shut. Do you think we're going to be having a result maybe within 3 weeks, within 3 months? It looks like this one might be in for the long haul.
Well, all I can say is that the leader's been checking regularly with the Food Authority and saying, when are we going to get a decision, when are we going to get something, and we still didn't hear. It was only when I called the bakery owner this morning and he told me that he was reopening, and then the Food Authority confirmed that with a statement to the leader. So I really don't know how it's going to progress through official channels, but we're certainly going to be watching it. We will follow it through until there's some sort of conclusion.
It's a peculiar one. Murray Trembath, reporter with The Leader. Thank you, mate. You can read him every week. He does a great job. Appreciate your time, mate. Murray Trembath, reporter with The Leader. It is a fascinating story, this one. It's been going on for almost 8 weeks now since the bakery was first closed. You can read Murray Trembath every week in The Leader, leader.com, theleader.com.au. I did mention when the story first broke that operating food businesses like this, particularly small businesses, is a lot like flying an aeroplane, where you often don't get too many mistakes until they can be the repercussions can be very, very serious. 180 cases now of food poisoning linked to this bakery. With the story ongoing, the investigation ongoing by the Food Authority, you can only hope for everyone involved, for the small businesses, for the people that got so sick, at least allegedly from consuming food from that bakery. You would hope that the Food Authority can get to the bottom of this ASAP, and we don't have to have anything dragged out longer than is needed.
Cam Reddin, and this is your homecoming on 2SSR FM.